After 8 years, there's been a 32% rise of violent crime, a doubling of gang murders, police and innocent Canadians being murdered by violent repeat offenders getting bail and back on our streets day after day. This is Canada after 8 years of this Prime Minister's broken Liberal bail system, and yet he voted against taking action on this issue, Mr. Speaker. So what's it going to take for the Prime Minister to fix the bail system and keep repeat violent offenders off our streets?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Our top priority on this side of the House is always the safety of our communities. That's why we've continued to make innovations and investments in bail reform, why we continue to work with the provinces and territories on these issues. We will make sure we're keeping Canadians safe. But the Conservative so-called focus on community safety doesn't explain their opposition to stronger gun control laws. We're going to continue to step up to make sure that there is a freeze on handgun ownership across this country, and that we keep assault-style weapons banned across the country. The Conservatives continue to be in the pockets of the Canadian NRA.
The Honourable Member for Kildonan St. Paul.
That answer is not good enough for victims of violent repeat offenders. It's not good enough for their families. They deserve results, Mr. Speaker. All 13 premiers, police, all big city mayors in Ontario are all united in saying this is the Prime Minister's issue to solve, Mr. Speaker, and yet the Prime Minister refuses to lift a finger to keep violent repeat offenders out of our communities. And to top it off, he's the one who broke the Liberal bail system, Mr. Speaker. So can we really trust that he's going to be the one to fix it when he's the one who broke it?
Great question. The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we will continue to be there for victims of crime, and we will continue to ensure that there is less violent crime so that fewer people are made victims. When we move forward on our bill C-75, we did not change the criteria for when accused persons can be released. The bill put in place a reverse onus for certain firearms offences, meaning it's up to the accused to prove that they can be released. The law is clear that people should be detained if necessary to protect public safety, and I know the Minister of Justice will continue to work with his counterparts across the country to ensure we're keeping people safe.
Well, Member for Fundy Royal.
Mr. Speaker, after 8 years, this bail crisis is a crisis of the Prime Minister's own making. What he's doing isn't working. Violent crime in the last 8 years is up 32%. The Liberal minister loves to stand up and say Canadians deserve to feel safe. What Canadians are saying is we deserve to be safe. Canadians don't have the privilege to to travel with armed guards like the Prime Minister does. So after 8 years, this Prime Minister is badly out of touch. Will he take responsibility today for his broken bail system and commit to changing it today?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
The Minister of Justice will continue to work with his provincial counterparts to see what improvements can be made. But while the members opposite continue to attack the improvements we made to the system, they're misinforming Canadians. When we brought out, for example, the criteria for when accused persons can be released were not changed by Bill C-75. The law is clear that people should be detained if necessary to protect public safety, and the bill also put in place a reverse onus for certain firearms offences, meaning it's up to the accused to prove that they can be released. We're going to continue to stand up for Canadians.
The Honourable Member for Charlebourg-St. Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister's Bill C-5, which was adopted with the unconditional support of the Bloc Québécois and the NDP, puts the lives of Quebecers in danger. For example, a criminal who was convicted of grave sexual assault will be able to serve his sentence at home thanks to this Prime Minister. And so he'll be able to sit at home with Netflix and a cold beer, and that proves that the government is not protecting vulnerable women. When will this government act to protect victims and keep criminals behind bars? The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, we know that survivors of sexual assault deserve a justice system that treats them with respect and dignity. We said very clearly that serious crimes must come with serious penalties. And our government, our justice system allows decisions to be properly appealed and studied.